Kearney High School in Kearney, Missouri for the first round of the Kearney Classic. Kearney and DeLaSalle play tonight in the opening round of the tournament. The Bulldogs are 3-7 as they look to start it off with a victory. DeLaSalle, a little bit of a young team who's had a rough start to the season. They look to get it back on track and win in Kearney tonight. Good evening and welcome. I'm Nick Westerfield, joined alongside by Hayden Walter. Hayden, it's a game I'm really excited for. Both teams have a lot of young talent on both sides of the ball. Let's take a look at who will be making an impact for the home team. 9 players?
Yeah, Nick, all 9 players. Coach Stegman told us he is going to need a complete team effort tonight. All 9 will have to participate and play as a team to get this one done.
If they do get it done, what are they going to have to do to get it done?
Well, the Kearney keys to victory are play team basketball. We've seen Brennan Watkins dominate a lot of these games single-handedly. Kearney is going to have to move the ball all around to get everyone involved. Secondly, play extremely hard. Give it your all, 110%. Play complete 32 minutes and everything will fall into place. You know, effort is so important in these long tournament runs. And finally, have fun. When this team is having fun, they play at their best. And that's all that truly matters in high school basketball.
Absolutely. On the other hand, leading the way for the Lions, senior guard Devion Harris.
Harris is the tallest guard on the team and plays in sort of a slasher role. If DeLaSalle wants to compete with this explosive Kearney offense, Harris will have to play his best game possible.
If they can do that, what else do they have to do to win tonight?
The DeLaSalle keys to victory are limit turnovers. This Kearney offense will capitalize on any fast break or turnover opportunities that they get. It's crucial for the Lions to be secure. Secondly, play intense. The best way to stop a guy like Brennan Watkins is to get in his face. Look for plenty of double teams going on tonight against Watkins. And finally, play together. Much like Kearney, every single player will have to contribute to take down the Goliath that is the Kearney Bulldogs offense.
Hey, we're about to do the national anthem.
All right, we're going to look at the starters here for the DeLaSalle Lions under Coach Harris. First, the point guard, junior number 9, Terrence Horde. At shooting guard, the senior number 6, Devion Harris. Also at shooting guard, the junior number 1, James McKinney. At power forward, the junior number 2, Carrion Harrell. And at center, the senior number 14, Anthony Yancey. Now for the Kearney Bulldogs. At point guard number 1, the junior Brennan Watkins. At shooting guard, Tyler Carr. At small forward number 21, Dawson Meinert. At power forward number 14, Drew Gentry. And at center number 51, Ashton Holloway.
Hayden, going into this game, obviously the first one of the Kearney Classic for the boys team. What are you looking forward to in this game specifically?
I think the matchup between Yancey and Holloway will be a great one tonight. You know, obviously Ashton Holloway is a powerhouse, and he'll have to match Yancey's intensity tonight.
Well, you know, I think as big, you know, and how much of a presence Anthony Yancey is, I don't think necessarily that he'll have an answer for Ashton Holloway.
Well, Coach Harris said he isn't very mobile, but he can get into the paint pretty easily and is hard to contain when he is on a roll. So that'll be something to watch out for.
And just following up on that, I think that could be quite a bit of an issue for the DeLaSalle defense. Ashton Holloway is one of the more versatile centers that you'll find in the Suburban Blue Conference. I think that that's a pretty big mismatch right there. Obviously, the shooting that Ashton Holloway has from behind the arc and just about anywhere else in between it, I think that's going to be a big mismatch.
Yeah, for sure. And then also Kearney, they're starting Tyler Carr over Ryan O'Connor, who's had a great season so far, so we'll see how that plays into this one.
Well, you know, that's obviously not a slight at Ryan O'Connor. He's been dealing with some injuries and stuff this year, which is obviously never ideal, especially in a senior year like Ryan O'Connor's. However, Tyler Carr has really stepped in and filled the void very well in the absence of Ryan O'Connor. So I think for now you kind of have to keep going with what's working.
And I look at the Bulldogs starting lineup, one thing that sticks out, not one senior.
Yeah, no, definitely a younger team, the Bulldogs are, you know, and that's something that Coach Kirk Segman talked about going into the year, just really how young the team was and what that means for the years coming forward. Obviously, there's a lot of great depth bench pieces that are seniors: Cade Schwarzenbach, Jacob Stevens, Ryan O'Connor tonight. You know, so just look for a lot of that, you know, going forward tonight. Just able to kind of get that experience off the bench.
You know, for sure, great experience going into one of these great tournaments. They're hosting the Kearney Classic. The first round is about ready to tip off.
And right away, Kearney, Brennan Watkins had a fast break opportunity there, just not able to keep it in bounds. And a travel there by Anthony Yancey.
And Coach Harris told us that the Lions can't have any turnovers tonight, or we'll have to limit them their first possession. That's exactly what they do.
Well, and that's a really good idea for Jamal Harris and the DeLaSalle Lions, but there's just not much you can guarantee when going against a good offense like Kearney. Obviously, anytime you can make a stop, that's beneficial, but I don't think you'll see too much of that tonight.
And Watkins stumbles on both plays so far for the Kearney offense.
And that inbound pass right there was just sailed out of bounds. Kearney will regain possession. And another. And they're going to take it from the baseline here. So Brennan Watkins will inbound. Over to Holloway. Back to Watkins. Three-pointer. Good!
There he is, Brennan Watkins. Had a great season so far. He averages 24 points per game, and that is monstrous.
Well, and you can't really stop much of that. There is an extent to where you can, but just not very common, as that's going to be. Looks like, Tyrell Grayson on a layup.
And he's starting over Carryon Harrell, I believe. Harrell's been dealing with an illness Coach Harris told us about. He was supposed to start, but it doesn't look like he is.
So first foul of the game picked up there by James McKinney. Carr with it now. Back over to Watkins, three-pointer. Good!
You can count it, 2 for 2 from downtown tonight so far for Brennan Watkins.
And after.
Watkins will inbound again.
Yeah, that was, again, James McKinney just not able to get the inbound in, and Kearney will regain possession again. Watkins inside to Holloway, driving on Yancey. Back out to Watkins, over to Minert, driving in. His try, no good, rebounded by Minert. Out to Carr. His try, good.
Kearney getting a lot of second rebounds so far.
Well, and that's something you can't give up against a Kearney team. You know, anytime you get them to miss, you really want to haul in that board, and they just haven't been able to do that on the first try tonight. Inside to Yancey. McKinney, his try. No good. Holloway with the rebound.
And Kearney already with a 6-point lead. They're looking to tack on some extra points here.
Watkins, three-pointer, no good. McKinney in transition, no good, but fouled by Minert. Hold on.
You love the effort there from McKinney. He is a floor general and has a great high basketball IQ.
Well, you know, so far tonight, it's just been all Bulldogs. It's very apparent who the more athletic team is, and it's been Kearney so far. McKinney's first try. No good.
And I feel like if there is one way for the Lions to catch up tonight, it's going to be in that free throw game. They missed their first.
And they're only going to get that one due to a lane violation. Watkins up court.
Already some early mistakes for the Lions as we see one bobbled there.
Gentry into Holloway. His try, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and it's good this time.
Ashton Holloway, I think it's the dreads.
It may be. It may just be. He's been having a really good season, so maybe the hair doesn't affect it too much. Well, now he's got a steal. And a quick crossover on Anthony Yancey. His try, good.
It's definitely the dreads, Nick.
It may be the dreads.
4 points already for Ashton Holloway.
Sorry, they are cornrows.
And you can see Coach Stegman talking to his Bulldog team here. They're up by 10. If you're Coach Stegman, Nick, what are you saying?
Man, I think you have to be impressed with the effort that they've put out there so far. You know, and that's exactly what it's been. It's been an effort. A lot of second chance opportunities with the offensive rebounds, and they haven't been missing too often either, you know. You've seen Ashton Holloway just have a quick 4 points, you know, almost in rapid succession, but I think you've got to be looking for more from your guys like Dawson, Minert, and Drew Gentry. Haven't really seen them do too much tonight. I'd look for that to change. It's going to be McKinney to inbound.
And Kearney already full court pressing.
The try from DeLaSalle, no good. Rebounded by Holloway. Minert.
What a pass from Watkins, though.
Well, and a nice poke out there by Minert. You know, Minert tried to make a pass there, just not able to get it. He was intercepted by the DeLaSalle defense as Watkins' try here is good. It's going to push the lead to 14-2. I think
he might be shorter than most of the DeLaSalle players, but he's able to sneak that one in.
Well, and he's just been doing that all year, too, you know. So, obviously, a guy like Brennan Watkins is a very talented individual. Over to Minert. His try, good.
Well, you wanted to see more from Minert. There it is. We'll see if he can get going on a streak.
Yancey up court. Inside to Yancey. His try, good.
Yancey gets on the board tonight.
And you see the three seniors about to check in for Kearney. Watkins, his try, good. We wait to see if it's called on the floor or not. And it was, so, oh no.
It's going to be a shooting foul.
Count it. Count the 2 points.
And 10 points already for Brennan Watkins. Wow.
Well, and he's at the line trying for another, too, as the three seniors check in. Holloway, Gentry, and Minert all to the bench. On the floor now for the Bulldogs, Jacob Stevens, Cade Schwarzenbach, Brennan Watkins, Tyler Carr, and Ryan O'Connor.
And we haven't seen much this season from Jacob Stevens and Cade Schwarzenbach, but they are some very talented basketball players, and it'll be fun to watch them tonight.
Well, big-time athletes for sure, and a little bit of an alley-oop layup there. That's Devion Harris, and you have to love to see that high-flying point guard, but you gotta get more from him if they're gonna make a real effort tonight.
Well, he is the slasher on this team, able to cut through many defenses, Harris. As he is our key player, he's gonna have a great night tonight for the Lions.
Absolutely. 19-8 the score now with just under 4 minutes left here in this first period of play. And you mentioned Jacob Stevens. He's obviously a very talented athlete. You know, basketball is he's not made the biggest impact. Obviously, you can count on that to change a little bit deeper into the season. He's also been dealing with some injury kind of stuff. But Jacob, well, you can't talk about the Kearney Bulldog football team without talking about Jacob Stevens, a really talented wide receiver. As the ball's poked out there by James McKinney, Kearney will retain possession. And
Yeah, Jacob Stevens. He had a great year playing wide receiver, definitely their #1 receiver, and he dealt with some injuries this year, but just an amazing season from him.
Schwarzenbach's try, no good over the big Anthony Yancey. Transition. The shot is good. Great defense by Schwarzenbach, though.
And an equally great layup for the Lions.
And that's going to be a blocking foul. Ryan O'Connor to inbound.
Tyler Carr was wide open down by the layup. Watkins couldn't find him.
And a nice job there by Ryan O'Connor to put it in over Anthony Yancey. There's Harris. His shot is good, and he'll head to the line for one.
Harris showing his true potential there as he is a threat. And Kearney's going to have to keep an eye on that for the rest of this one tonight.
Well, he's a real athletic guy. And standing at 6'3", there is not many people out on the floor that are bigger than him.
Well, and just a great ball handler as he held on to that one there.
Carr with the rebound. Now O'Connor over to Watkins. Carr. Screen by Schwarzenbach. Stevens over to Watkins, driving in. Back out to Carr. Three-pointer. No good. It's rebounded by Harris.
And I'd rather see, Ryan O'Connor, Brennan Watkins taking those three-point shots.
They've been highly efficient at it so far this season. Nice defense there by Brennan Watkins, able to steal it from, that's James McKinney. O'Connor out to Carr. His try, good.
Great pass from O'Connor as he was guarded by multiple Lions.
Well, just about all 5 of them out there, I think, were on Ryan O'Connor, able to find an open man, and it's good for 2 points. Harris, no good, no foul either.
We tried really hard on that one, just couldn't come up with it.
Watkins, Stevens now. His try, no good, rebounded by Harris. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Ryan O'Connor. It's on the floor, though, so the points won't count. Points won't count, excuse me.
Davion Harris getting it going here for the Lions as he cuts the lead to 9.
We've got a few substitutions in now. Out go Brendan Watkins, Tyler Carr, and Cade Schwarzenbach. In our Dawson Minor, Drew Gentry, and Ashton Holloway. So Harris is going to head to the line for a 1-on-1.
Got his own rebound.
It looks like a lane violation may have been called there, and that's their second of the game.
But a heads-up play from Harris, and you can really get a glimpse of his athleticism there.
O'Connor. And a foul called on DeLaSalle on the floor.
Ryan O'Connor, one of the senior leaders on this team. He averages 6.3 points per game, but he really went off in that Smithville game.
Oh, absolutely. He had one of his better performances of his high school career, as Dawson Minor puts it in there. He's not always going to get the most minutes. Obviously, tonight was a little bit of a surprise seeing Tyler Carr started over him. However, he's going to get you, a good performance off the bench no matter what. And he's going to get you a good performance in the starting lineup if he's there,
And just no ego from O'Connor. He accepts his role no matter what it is, and that's a great trait to have as a basketball player. And Coach Stegman, he coaches these guys. They have to have, they have multiple roles. They don't just have one.
Absolutely, yeah. Ryan O'Connor definitely a hard hat and lunch pail kind of guy. Holloway, his drive, no good, rebounded by Harris. McKinney now in transition. And DeLaSalle will retain possession, but he just lost it right under the basket.
DeLaSalle getting a lot of chances right now. They just haven't been able to capitalize too much yet.
I'm surprised they didn't have someone to get the ball there for O'Connor. It kind of looked like he was headed towards the science wing. Three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Harris. His shot blocked by Holloway.
Ashton Holloway with the block there.
He has just about as much size as anybody else at any given time on these courts, and he doesn't get outplayed very often, able to reject that shot by one of the bigger guards in the state in Devion Harris.
Well, and Holloway averages around 2 blocks per game, so getting his first in there.
O'Connor, three-pointer, no good as time expires. The Bulldogs lead 25-14 at the end of the quarter. Hayden, what did you see from each team that you think bodes well going deep into this game?
Well, first for the Bulldogs, just getting that second rebound. You know, they've been missing a lot of their first shots, but they've been getting that rebound and being able to put it back in. And then, for the Lions, I mean, it's been all Devion Harris as we expected. He was our key player. He's just been tremendous for them so far.
Well, definitely a staple for DeLaSalle, Harris is, and I think the more that he gets going, I think the better he gets. He's just one of those guys that's really going to improve upon his game as the defenses, opposing defenses, that is, wear down a little bit. I just don't think that there's many players like him. We're going to take another look at that first quarter.
You can see Brennan Watkins getting a quick layup there as he's had a great night so far. Ryan O'Connor, the great pass to Tyler Carr. And that's what they've been doing all night so far. Just some great smart passes from the Bulldogs. No selfishness so far.
Well, and that's kind of a trademark stance of the Kearney Bulldogs basketball teams. You really don't want to be a kind of guy that can only do one thing. They really do a little bit of everything, and they've been able to find open men on extra passes as Holloway steals it and is in transition now. No good, blocked by the rim. Watkins try, no good either. Gentry's that one makes it in.
And they got the second and third attempt rebound, just building off what we were talking about.
Well, that's just something that DeLaSalle is going to need to fix if they really want to make it, a run at getting back into this one. They just can't keep allowing these second and third opportunities for the Kearney Bulldogs offense.
And we haven't seen much of Anthony Yancey.
And James McKinney just kind of threw it off Dawson Minert there. DeLaSalle will retain possession after that. And Carr's going to sub in here for Holloway. Gentry stole the inbound. His try, sent flying there by Devion Harris, but Kearney will retain possession.
And the stare down to the crowd too. Wow.
Wow, that was brutal. Gentry with it now. Over to Minert, back to Carr. Watkins. Driving in, just lost possession. It's Harris with it now. He's going to take it all the way, and he'll be fouled.
Well, you can definitely tell that the Lions have the speed advantage on the Bulldogs tonight. They've been using it pretty well, just haven't been able to capitalize off those fast breaks.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because so far in the game, it's looked like Kearney definitely has a little bit more athleticism, but DeLaSalle certainly the quicker team, or I guess faster. I think Kearney might almost be the quicker team in kind of short strides, but Devion Harris has just been able to outpace them, the length of the court several times now, it seems like, And I think that's really going to be important if the Lions really want to make a run.
Yeah, Nick, but it's almost like it's too fast. They're getting a little reckless with the basketball.
And it can seem like that at times. And you know, we keep saying as Tyler Carr puts up a shot and he's fouled, we keep saying that, you know, if the Lions want to get back in, they have to do this, they have to do that. And I think that's really saying something towards how good this Kearney team has been tonight. They've really just been able to shut down just about everything that DeLaSalle has tried to do. Carr's first try, no good. Just a reminder, the winner of this game will go on to play the winner of tonight's game, which is Lafayette and Southeast, and that should be a pretty good one, Hayden.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, as the winner of this one will play the winner of that one.
Absolutely.
Tyler Carr is 67% free throw shooter.
And 0 for 2 at the line this time. Gentry with the rebound, back out to Watkins. Gentry now with it, driving in, and just loses possession, excuse me. Jaden Tyler.
Calling for a screen, doesn't get one. Now he does.
Trying to work on Gentry. Three-point try. No good. O'Connor with it now. Transition. His shot, no good. Fouled hard. Should head to the line for 2.
And that's a scary sight there. I remember at the Liberty North tournament, O'Connor took a similar fall, and he was out for a little bit with a concussion.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened in the Liberty North tournament, and that's something certainly to be wary of. You definitely don't want another injury to Ryan O'Connor.
Of course, the Bulldogs placed 6th in that tournament. They'll look to do better in the Kearney Classic.
Watkins 1 for 1 at the line so far. And a second try, no good. Screen on Gentry. Gets Harris with it. Minert pokes it out. The shot, no good, rebounded by Minert.
And the Lions offense just not able to get anything going right now. They need to start driving into the paint a little more.
Minert took it east to west there. He's fouled. They'll head to the line for 2. Yeah, the entire offense of the DeLaSalle Lions has clearly been Devion Harris tonight, and I think you really should try and expand out on that a little bit more. Hayden, what do you think?
Yeah, the Lions aren't the greatest three-point, shooting team, so you got to get the ball down to, I think, Yancey. He's your best option, obviously your tallest player, so he's not in the game at the moment, but they really just got to work the ball around and find decent shots. They're not doing that at the moment.
Second try, good.
Minert with 5 points on the night.
Three-point try. No good. Rebounded by Stevens.
That was a deep one that almost went in.
Over to Minert. O'Connor calling for a screen. Out to Carr. Watkins, three-pointer. Good!
Haven't seen that in a minute, but every time, it's just a beautiful shot from Brennan Watkins.
14 points on the night now for Watkins with just under 5 minutes left in this first half of play.
And our key player tonight was all 9, but if there is one that sticks a little bit over the rest, it's Brennan Watkins.
Yeah, Brennan Watkins has been the unquestioned leader of the Bulldogs, at least playing-wise. I think you could make the case that it's definitely Brennan Watkins, and an offensive charge is called there. Just he's been so good this year. It's really unbelievable how quickly he's developed.
And I really saw that coming. He got a lot of playing experience alongside Gavin Frizzell last season. I'm sure he learned a ton, and he's used that this season as he's the leader for the Bulldogs.
Well, it looks like he was a little bit banged up on that charge. He's limping around just a little bit. Holloway, he's going to try, no good. And a jump ball called.
Great effort from both players there.
Yeah, it looks like Kearney's going to retain possession, but Brennan Watkins still a little bit hobbled, and that's certainly something to look at.
I draw a lot of comparison between him and Caroline Kelly.
O'Connor, three-pointer, good!
But I was mentioning, I see a lot of comparison between him and Kelly because, you know, they've both been banged up a little, and they just mean so much to both of their teams, and they really can't afford to lose them.
Well, both are truly just walking highlight reels. Rebounded by Anthony Yancey. His try, good. Great putback there by Yancey. Now, both are just walking highlight reels, and you've seen that time after time this season.
And the Lions, they need to do more of just that. Anthony Yancey, utilize it.
O'Connor's try, good. Yeah, you're not going to get many consistent minutes from Anthony Yancey. But when he's out there, he's just bigger. He's just bigger than everyone. McKinney. Inside to Yancey, poked out by Holloway. Transition here. Watkins now, and it's just swatted out of bounds.
And that was a no-look pass from O'Connor. Great eyes on that one.
Well, really good effort there by Carrion Harrell, too, to poke it out. Devion Harris take it up court.
Under 3 minutes left in the half.
Pick there by Harrell. Back to McKinney. Three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Watkins. Transition. Schwarzenbach, and it's just swatted out of bounds there.
And I think a bounce pass there would have been more preferable, as Holloway would have been able to handle it.
Yeah, not much sense there in a chest pass, but it's made nonetheless. Kearney will retain possession. Back out to Stevens now. Watkins with it. Holloway inside. O'Connor, his try, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris east to west. And rebounded by Stevens, but his foot was out of bounds.
And you just got to be more self-conscious where you are on the court on that one.
So in for DeLaSalle, that's the freshman, Marion Marshall. Yancey with it. His try, no good. No good from Harris either. Yancey's second try, no good. And another try, no good.
Look at Holloway.
And a jump ball will be called right there. That's going to go to Kearney, but wow, you really have to think DeLaSalle would have at least liked to put in one of those shots.
Yeah, but Ashton Holloway was all over that play. Not much they could do.
Oh, he's just a defensive mastermind at times. Yeah, in case you missed it, Drew Gentry just subbed in there for Ryan O'Connor. Watkins working on Marshall, and he's fouled.
And Marshall, we saw him in the pregame warm-ups. He really looks like he can be something special in the future.
Oh, absolutely. He's just a younger guy, though. I mean, I don't think he's necessarily ready just yet.
No way to get better for him than putting him straight against Brennan Watkins.
Well, absolutely, and you know, there's just not much you can say other than he just needs some time to grow, I think, and not as a player even, just literally grow.
Watkins with 15 points already.
Watkins' second try is good.
And look at that, 10 fouls for the Lions already. You just can't do that against this Kearney team.
Well, we talked a lot about how they really needed to capitalize on Bulldog mistakes and kind of limit their own mistakes if they were going to want to have a chance, and they have not done that whatsoever, and that's why they're facing an early 23-point deficit.
And of course, we mentioned how Kearney can capitalize on those mistakes so easily and really get the best of you. So we see one there.
Stevens, transition, Watkins now.
What a great job staying in bounds for Brennan Watkins.
Back to Stevens as he's fouled.
So a little bit of sloppiness there for the Bulldogs, but nonetheless, they'll head to the line.
Stevens' first attempt. Good.
Stevens gets on the board tonight.
Second try, also good.
So Kearney up 41-16 now, as this one's getting out of hand for the DeLaSalle Lions.
Harris with it. And the ball's just kind of popped up a little bit. And the try from DeLaSalle, no good, gets his own rebound and puts it back up, and nobody was there to get that board.
Great job by Marshall on that play to get his own rebound and put it up.
Watkins fouled hard. He'll head to the line for two.
Ryan O'Connor for the Bulldogs waiting to check in.
So Anthony Yancey is going to pick up his first foul of the night. And the first try by Watkins is good. 17 points so far for him.
And that's only in the first half, Nick.
Yeah, there's still some time left, too.
I'm imagining 30 to 40 points tonight for Brennan.
Well, you know, he makes a second attempt there.
Of course, second half, they'll probably put in some of their bench players, slow it down a bit, as this one's already getting out of hand. And we expected Kearney to win this one fairly easily, but DeLaSalle, you know, we thought they'd stay in it for a while, but still a lot of time left in this one.
O'Connor. Holloway now, three-pointer. No good, rebounded by Schwarzenbach. Puts it up, Holloway's second try, no good. DeLaSalle gains possession.
And Holloway, he can shoot the three as well, as you saw him pop one there. Don't let the size fool you.
No, not at all. He's definitely a very versatile player.
Under 20 seconds left in the half.
O'Connor.
Good rebound from Schwarzenbach.
Over to Gentry, three-pointer. No good, rebounded by Stevens. And it looked as if a foul should have been called there, but it's not, and we're going to head to halftime. Kearney leads 43-18. Hayden. Big first half from the Kearney offense, especially Brennan Watkins, who at times has been Kearney's offense.
Yeah, Nick, he has 17 points already, and he's just been phenomenal from behind the three-point line to finding other players to, you know, driving in and getting that easy lay-in. Also, Ashton Holloway, he doesn't have that many points so far, but he's been all over almost every single play, just giving it his all.
We'll be right back for the second half. Kearney leads 43-18.
MU orthopedic surgeons and Liberty Hospital are working together to bring you the most advanced sports medicine care in the Northland. Together, our joint effort in orthopedics can treat everything from sports injuries to total joint replacement. And new to the team is Dr. Chris Reams, who specializes in shoulders and elbows. To learn more about MU orthopedic surgeons at Liberty Hospital, visit libertyhospital.org.
When people ask me why they should shop at Price Chopper, I tell them our meat is cut fresh daily by real butchers. Our produce is triple inspected and in stock. We give you the most value because the weekly ad is full of great deals. And you can choose to earn discounts on food or save on fuel at more than 80 Quick Trip locations. Plus, I like knowing that I work for and shop at a store that's owned by local Kansas City families.
Precision Chiropractic, treating bulldogs of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Schedule your $25 new patient visit today. Contact us at 816-635-2645 or find us online at precisionchiro.org.
Try to win the game right here.
Shot absolutely gorgeous on the strike. Here comes the tying run. There's a slide.
ESPN 3 High School Basketball Game of the Week is brought to you by TVR Auto Plaza, the Kearney Clinic and Liberty Hospital, Clay County Savings Bank, Costantino's Price Chopper, Precision Chiropractic, Free Zag and Turf, Canning Orthodontics, Pizza Shop, ALCD and Cooling, Kearney Dental, Guaranteed Rate, the Meadows at Greenfield, Siler Construction, and the Coleman's Home Team. Play. A big put up there by Tyler Carr on a nice pass from Ryan O'Connor. Big block from Ashton Holloway. Watkins has been a monster from three. Stevens obviously went for 2 for 2 at the line. Kearney leads 43-18. We'll be right back for the second half of play. We appreciate you tuning in.
Most people know about the success of Kearney athletics. However, one student athlete is creating his own definition of success on the court.
Basically, when I was born, I had a hole in my back that had a bubble coming out of it, and an hour after I was born, I had to go straight to surgery to try and save that bubble. They were not able to save it, so the bubble popped, and since the bubble popped, the nerves just disappeared basically, and that's how I became paralyzed from the waist down.
Seth hasn't let spina bifida or the 10 major surgeries he's had limit him from accomplishing anything he sets his mind to.
Even though I'm in a wheelchair, I can still do just as much as an able-bodied person can do. Like, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair, but that does not limit me to certain things. I may have to adapt, but that doesn't mean that I can't do what able-bodied people can do.
After one seemingly normal trip to the store, Seth's mom, Tracy, came back with more than just groceries. She ran into a wheelchair basketball mom who introduced her to Midwest Adaptive Sports.
She was just telling my mom about the league and all that. Once my mom was finished shopping, she came home and she asked me, hey, would you be interested in joining? And I was like, sure, why not?
Well, I thought it was pretty cool that he was going to have a chance to be able to play sports, something that he's never really had, to be on the same level playing field as others. So I was excited for him.
As soon as Seth joined his team, the Kings, he noticed a difference from his traditional basketball team experiences in the past.
I just like the feeling of it being fair. Whenever I played in a different league, it was able-bodied people against me, and I felt very outnumbered, and I felt that it was really unfair, so I like just the feeling of fairness and an equal game.
My favorite part is it's a team sport. It's not just one-on-one. It's not normal basketball where you could get the LeBron James and Kobe's of the world just to take over. You have to work as a team.
The Kings are the only team in the area, so they have to travel out of KC to compete.
The interesting thing is, with wheelchair basketball, even a city the size of Kansas City, there's only one team. There's only one wheelchair basketball team and for that age group. And so if we want to play competitively, we have to travel to other cities around.
With all their away tournaments, the team only gets a chance to compete on their home court 2 times, so familiar faces filled the stands at Hy-Vee Arena to support Seth.
It's heartwarming for me because it just shows me how much support that I really have, and that's something that I struggle with, is telling myself how much support that I really have.
Oh, that was awesome, especially the tournament we had here in Kansas City. I forget how many, there were well over 40 individuals that just came. It was really meaningful. We really, really appreciated that. It meant a lot to us.
His involvement with the team has helped Seth grow his confidence and grow as a player.
At the beginning, I think it was, maybe he was a little shy and not scared, but just didn't understand the game, so that wasn't coming out. But now that he's relaxed, he's understanding the game, he can be himself and be more competitive.
It's really helped him to develop confidence and just a little more sense of pride in who he is. It's been fantastic to watch him be a part of that. It's been a great experience for him.
MU orthopedic surgeons and Liberty Hospital are working together to bring you the most advanced sports medicine care in the Northland. Together, our joint effort in orthopedics can treat everything from sports injuries to total joint replacement. And new to the team is Dr. Chris Reams, who specializes in shoulders and elbows. To learn more about MU orthopedic surgeons at Liberty Hospital, visit libertyhospital.org.
When people ask me why they should shop at Price Chopper, I tell them our meat is cut fresh daily by real butchers. Our produce is triple inspected and in stock. We give you the most value because the weekly ad is full of great deals. And you can choose to earn discounts on food or save on fuel at more than 80 Quick Trip locations. Plus, I like knowing that I work for and shop at a store that's owned by local Kansas City families.
Precision Chiropractic, treating bulldogs of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Schedule your $25 new patient visit today. Contact us at 816-635-2645 or find us online at precisionchiro.org.
And we're back here, ready for the second half of play between the Kearney Bulldogs and the DeLaSalle Lions. Kearney currently leads 43-18. Hayden, what have you seen so far?
Really just all Kearney so far. You know, you can see it on the scoreboard, but it's been mentally as well. You know, DeLaSalle got down early, and I think Kearney's really taken advantage of that.
Well, and you're completely right. Outside of Devion Harris, DeLaSalle has been completely flat with a bit of a burst from, you know, Anthony Yancey here and there. It just really has been all Bulldogs, especially Brennan Watkins, 18 points in the first half, and I think you can look for a little bit more of that here in the second.
They'll look more from Brennan Watkins. He has 17 points so far. As you can see, mostly all the Kearney starters out there, so they're not putting that bench in just yet, but look for the bench to start coming in, a bit of sprinkled in.
So it's going to be DeLaSalle starting it off here in the second half of play. Inbounding is Devion Harris.
And DeLaSalle really needs some early points in this second half to get them going again.
Harris with it, working on Gentry. His shot, no good, rebounded by Minert.
You can see the ball handling there from Harris.
And Minert lost it for a little bit. Tyler Carr gained it and then lost it. Now it's McKinney in transition. His shot, no good. And touch last by DeLaSalle. Kearney will gain possession.
And you got to make those against this Kearney team. Easy layups like that missed are going to kill you.
And Holloway fouled.
Looks like he got hit in the face.
Yeah, he's going to head to the line for two.
Able to shake it off, though, as he heads to the line.
Holloway's first try. No good.
And Holloway usually a pretty accurate free throw shooter.
Yeah, you've seen that a little bit all this season. You know, he's always been around the 70% mark, and a second one is good.
And he's only a sophomore, so expect huge things from him in the future.
Absolutely, and I think that's, you can say the same about a lot of this Kearney program. Minor transition, out to Watkins, three-pointer, good!
And he starts off the second half just like he ended the first.
21 points now, and he's just been all fire.
Well, it's nothing out of the ordinary for Brennan Watkins.
All the way, Yancey's shot is good. All the way, just a little bit out of position there.
Yeah, Holloway's done a pretty good job so far guarding Yancey. Andrew gets the best of him on that play.
Gentry over to Minor, out to Tyler Carr. Picked by Gentry. Carr driving, his shot, no good. Yancey with the rebound, jump ball. That's going to go to Kearney.
So Brennan Watkins will inbound for the Bulldogs.
Over to Holloway. And he lost it. Watkins with a great effort to keep it in. He's just unable to do so. DeLaSalle will gain possession.
So the Bulldogs with a 27-point lead. And Nick, if you're DeLaSalle, what are you trying to do to get back into this one?
You know, score a lot of points and keep Kearney from doing that. And stolen by Holloway there. And the outlet pass is just not coming down easily, and Brennan Watkins looks like he hurt his groin just a little bit. Groin area at least.
Watkins still visibly shaken.
Harris on top of it. Shot from DeLaSalle, no good. Rebounded by Carr. Watkins, nice pass to Minert. Minert's shot not good. Gentry able to put it back up.
And that was a great pass from Watkins. He easily could have taken that shot and gotten more points, but he is a great team player.
It's Harris with it. Over to Yancey. Harris, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by DeLaSalle. Long three-pointer. That one won't go.
I mean, that's about as wide open shot as you're going to get. A little far out, but I like the shot.
So that shot's going to count from Watkins, and he'll head to the line for another 23 points now on the night.
Just been all over the court tonight.
Checking
Some subs
in
coming in.
You got it. It's the three seniors, Ryan O'Connor, Jacob Stevens, and Cade Schwarzenbach. Out go Meinert, all the way in Gentry.
And at this point, I'd toggle with the idea of taking Brennan Watkins out. He's had, 2 points in this game where he's gotten shaken up, and then where this one's 51-20. I just don't really see a point of him being in there too much longer.
I think as his free throw attempt is also good. I think generally the base for that is the third quarter. So I think, after the third quarter. So I think for the fourth quarter you may take him out, but there's really not. Wyland Dew is out with an illness. You just don't have much bench depth at this point, especially at the guard position. Really you have 3, maybe 4 guys that are capable of running a guard position, and point guard is a different story.
So that's definitely one of the weaknesses for the Bulldogs.
To an extent. Yeah. To an extent, yeah. You have a lot of shooting guard depth, it seems, but point guard, really what you probably have to do is move Ryan O'Connor to point guard and put in someone else at shooting guard, and that's totally fine. I think you'll probably see a lack of Brennan Watkins in the fourth quarter.
So Watkins, he's been on the court the majority of the season, and you wonder, as the season goes on, does that take a toll on him?
Oh, I think absolutely, there's just going to be your average wear and tear, and then there's a serious question about any kind of injury that he could sustain. You've seen a couple times that he's looked at least a little bit banged up so far tonight.
But still just dominating on all aspects of the game.
McKinney working on Watkins. Stevens. Transition, Watkins with it now. His try is rejected.
Whew. What a block there.
You don't see that very often.
But Brennan, he's laughing it out.
Yeah. And we're going to take another look at that rejection there.
You see Watkins just going in and just gets blocked.
And Schwarzenbach, while we were gone, Schwarzenbach was fouled on his attempt, and he's going to head to the line for 2. His try good. Second try, also good.
So now I think if you're the Lions, you try to slow things down. You're probably out of this one, but you can still put on a good performance here in the last quarter and a half.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I think that really is important going deep into a tournament like this. If you can't necessarily put together the best first game, maybe do what you can as Watkins jacks up a 3 here, and it's good.
Of course it is.
All right, of course. Just kind of building that confidence towards the next few games in the consolation bracket. Excuse me.
And I projected 30 to 40 points from Watkins. He already has 27.
You projected those when he already had like 14. Doesn't count. Brennan Watkins' outlet pass is just over the head of Tyler Carr, and DeLaSalle will regain possession.
Well, I think almost anyone can project 30 to 40 points from Brennan Watkins on any night.
That's fair. Definitely fair. He's been averaging close to about 24 a game. And it's just something you don't really see very often in Kearney. He was at a steady 15 or so last year, and like we've said, we were wondering if he'd really be able to make the jump to being the focal point of the offense, and he's taken that with strides.
And we talked about how much he plays. He averages 32 minutes a game. So that's the whole game.
Yeah, that's just about all of it, actually. No, yeah, he's crucial. He's crucial to the Bulldogs, both offensive and defensively. Obviously, he's going to get You know, you're going to see the tweets about him leading the Suburban Blue and in points per game and all that, you know, but what you don't see is how good defensively he is. The try by DeLaSalle, no good. Harrell's pass, stolen briefly by Carr. Harris, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Watkins, he's tripped up a little bit and fouled.
So after that crazy play, it ends in a Lions foul.
And in comes Ashton Holloway for Tyler Carr. Watkins. O'Connor with it. Kicks it out to Stevens. And fouled.
You can see the Lions really just jumping to try to get as many steals as they can right now. They know they're down by a lot.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to be fighting for just about every possession that you can get if Anthony Yancey's going to check in here.
And I think that's something really special. You know, you're down by a lot, but Coach Harris's team is still fighting no matter the score.
Well, that's important. You know, obviously you want to have that consistent team effort. All the way with it. Driving on Yancey. Try, no good. Rebounded by Yancey. It's Harris with it. McKinney, three-pointer. Good!
So the Lions end their cold streak with that three-pointer there.
Watkins, pass to Stevens, and he
Look
puts
at that
it right
pass.
back up. That was phenomenal.
So passing is another great attribute from Watkins that doesn't get showcased as much.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. You know, he doesn't need to pass very often. I think is the reason for that, because he can score just about whenever he wants. He is a really good passer, though. You know, he's really good at just about everything.
Just an all-around player.
So Jaden Taylor in for James McKinney. Harris's try. Rebounded by Holloway. And he is swarmed by a pack of lions. I guess a den of lions. That's what they're called. It's a den.
It is a den. Glad you corrected yourself on that one.
61-25 now the score here with just a minute and 46 seconds left here in this third quarter.
And if you're the Bulldogs, do you keep up the pace and keep going as fast as they have been? Or do you tone it down a notch?
I don't think that you're feeling bad for anybody necessarily, as Holloway's first try is good. I think it is almost a confidence builder if you can go out there and score 80, you know. So yeah. I think maybe you keep it up, but as for a guy like Brennan Watkins, I think you probably try and get him out when you can. Holloway's second try is no good, rebounded by Harris. Rebounded by Holloway, and he's fouled.
Foul was on Taylor, as the Lions already have 8 fouls in this quarter.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is. So the Bulldogs will be heading to the line now after every foul.
Holloway's first attempt is good. He'll stay there for another.
Holloway with 7 points on the night. He's been silent but deadly.
Second try, also good. Three-pointer, long three-pointer, no good, rebounded by O'Connor. Stevens driving, his try, no good. Rebounded by Schwarzenbach. Stolen by Harris, transition. Back to Harris, behind the back, he puts it up. What a play.
What a pass and what a finish there from the Lions. You know, they're down by a lot, but that play was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Holloway did, tried his best to keep it behind his back there. Maybe a little bit of an impersonation, but just not able to do it, and he pushes it out of bounds. And poked out there by Schwarzenbach. Outlet pass stolen by DeLaSalle.
And 2 bad passes from Schwarzenbach in a row.
Looks like Ryan O'Connor is fouled, so he'll head to the line. Maybe not. Never mind. He won't.
Under a minute now here in the third quarter. Bulldogs up 64-27 on the DeLaSalle Lions.
Watkins, long three-pointer. Wow.
And he can't miss from any range. Like, he's just having one of those nights, 32 points already. He could shoot one from half court and it'd probably go in.
I didn't yell there because I was surprised. That was a heck of a three-pointer. Harris to answer, no good. Taylor's try, that one's in. It's 13 seconds left here. And that's O'Connor's foul, it looks like. And he is. So
not a bad foul for the Lions, though. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you get the ball back right before half. Or not half, the end of the quarter. Make O'Connor go earn him at the line. His first try. Pretty good. Oh, that's a big substitution.
Yeah. Tyler Carr, Drew Gentry, and Dawson Minert coming into the game for the Dogs.
O'Connor's second try is good. Looks like this should be the last possession of the quarter. Harris inside to Yancey. And stolen by Minert. And no time for the full court shot, so it didn't really matter, but he didn't make it.
So at the end of 3, Bulldogs are up by 40.
That's a lot of points, 69-29. Aiden, what do you think the strategy is here for, I guess specifically the Bulldogs, I'm curious, just because they're up by so much.
Well, I think you slow it down. Again, I think your biggest fear at this point is injuries for some of your key players in this long tournament. I'd definitely sit Brennan Watkins for the fourth quarter, get some other guys in there that haven't had much playing time. But other than that, they've done everything possible and even some more tonight.
We're going to take a look at just some of those highlights from the third quarter.
Brennan Watkins knocking down one of those many threes as he lifts the one in the air. Just a lot of great second-hand rebounds tonight for the Dogs. And that's really been one of the biggest differences, rebounding.
Yeah, Kearney's really just been able to take advantage of a lackluster effort on the boards for DeLaSalle. McKinney inside to Harris. And no foul called. Taylor shot good.
Holloway wanted the call, but it looks like they just ran into each other.
That's Tyler Carr from 3. Holloway able to get the rebound. Back out to Minert. Gonna take it. Tried to get a pass out to Carr, but he's fouled.
So another foul for the Lions.
I think they have a real chance to get to 80 just on free throws.
Yeah, I think so too. They might even hit 90 in this one.
His first try good.
Which I can't even remember the last time Kearney's scored this much, honestly.
Oh, it's pretty unprecedented to a certain, extent. I think, it's not an everyday score by any means. As Minert's second try is good. Oh, and a big pick play there by Anthony Yancey. I think you might have to check Minert to see if he got the wind knocked out of him. And O'Connor has the ball stolen from him. McKinney's outlist pass. He's good.
The freshman lays one in. And I think, this has been a pretty rough game for DeLaSalle, but they do have a very bright future ahead of them.
Oh, absolutely. And Gentry able to sneak past Yancey there. This looks like a blocking foul there, and it will be.
Cade Schwarzenbach heading in for the Bulldogs as Dawson Minor exits.
Yeah, only the Bulldogs' third foul of the half.
Yeah, they've played some very clean basketball, and that's what they've done all season.
Three-pointer not good there by DeLaSalle. O'Connor driving, his jumper, no good. Rebounded by Holloway, he puts it up, and that one's good. 10 points now on the night for Holloway. Three-pointer, Harris, good.
Well, I mean, one positive for sure for the Lions, Devion Harris. He's had himself a night.
He's scored just about all their points. I wouldn't be surprised if he was past 20 now. Holloway, his try, good.
So Ashton Holloway getting a couple easy buckets for the Dogs.
Harris, three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Schwarzenbach. Now Holloway, back out to Schwarzenbach, and now O'Connor with it.
And O'Connor, he didn't start this one, but he's made the most of it here. He already has 10 points.
Gentry has the ball stolen by him. McKinney, long two, no good. And put back up. That's Rashad Wainwright, his first points of the game.
And 4:30 remaining in this one.
Gentry, inside, Holloway, his try, good.
Not the best pass, but Holloway makes the best of it and lays it in. He has 14 points now.
He's been feasting a little bit lately. McKinney. Working on Minor. His shot, no good. He is fouled, though. On Gentry.
So a lot of the Bulldogs have substituted out their starters, that is, but DeLaSalle, they're going with a different strategy. They're keeping their starters in. They want them to experience this pain and use it for the rest of the tournament.
Well, that's probably not a bad idea, not to mention it gives them an opportunity to kind of, really get some momentum, No, he said what he meant to say. He said what he meant to say. It's kind of like the pain of a loss. Don't let it happen. O'Connor. Over to Carr. Driving in. And stolen by DeLaSalle. That's McKinney brought down hard. The foul should be on Gentry there. Just telling you what he was saying. Working on Holloway. And a nice put back there by DeLaSalle.
Schwarzenbach with the pick.
Over to Schwarzenbach. Carr with it. Gentry, correction. Three-pointer, that's not good. Rebounded by Holloway, and he's fouled. He'll head to the line for two.
So Drew Gentry not having, his best night, but he's had a presence defensively. You know, that's a really good point. When these Kearney players aren't having their best night on one side of the ball, they usually make up for it on the other side.
Well, and that just kind of, you know, goes to show you how much each player knows what they have to do each and every night out. Holloway's second try. No good. And stolen by Gentry for a moment.
And going forward in this tournament, Nick, how far do you think the Bulldogs can make it?
You know, there's a couple of tough teams, specifically North Kansas City, but I think they have to be one of the favorites.
And especially like a game after this, you just have to have all the confidence in the world.
Anytime you go out there and score 79 points so far, you know, like they still have the potential to score more. I think you feel pretty impressed no matter who you're playing. You know, I think that they have a strong chance to make a run at it.
Yeah, I think for sure they have just as good of chance of anyone, and you know they're playing on their home court, so that's got to help.
All the way. Oh, he thought about it. That's a car. Yeah, looks like they're just going to hold it the rest of the way.
And they're not going to hit that 80 mark you wanted. But nonetheless, what a great performance here from the Kearney Bulldogs in the first round of the Kearney Classic. They will advance.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really a good game, you know, overall. I think there was a lot that you can take from this game and kind of say, okay, well, that's good, right? I mean, Brendan Watkins scores over 30, and that's not necessarily surprising by any means, but anytime you have a player go out there and score 30, it's a good sign. Holloway was really feasting towards the end of it. He just played so well. You know, I mean, it's just a really good team victory. Offense played awesome. Defense played better than the scoreboard shows probably. We're going to take this one home 79-43. You've been watching the Bulldog Broadcasting Network. We'll be back tomorrow.